What do you think of when you hear the name Goodyear? Is your mind immediately driven to tires? Does it track with world-class racing? Do you picture iconic images? Around the globe, the Goodyear name continues to be connected with quality, technology, and innovation. And over the past 125 years, has become one of the most recognized brands in the world.
Our brand's icons in racing are essentially Goodyear's front door. It's the entryway for how people come to know us. Our brand is the foundation of everything we do and our most important asset. Ultimately, people choose Goodyear because of the people who represent our brand and what they deliver.
The company name comes from Charles Goodyear, an inventor who in 1839 discovered the vulcanization of rubber and opened the door to a new global industry. And what about the wing foot? The company icon came from Goodyear co-founder F.A. Seiberling, who was inspired by a statuette of Mercury displayed in his home. The Roman god represented trade, commerce, speed, and movement. And this ideal company logo appeared in its first print advertisement in 1901. In the same way, the names of Goodyear tires reflect a special attribute, aspiration, or feeling of confidence. And while the wing foot still represents Goodyear, people around the world may be more familiar with the company's extended family of brands. Kelly Tires, originally a competitor, became a sister brand back in 1935 and has been a part of the Goodyear family ever since. A joint venture with Japan's Sumitomo Rubber added the Dunlop brand to the portfolio. In Europe, Goodyear manufactures Fulda, Dębica, and Sava brand tires. And in one of the most important events in the company's 125-year history, Goodyear added Cooper tires to its global business in 2021. Another important event was simply a question asked by one of the greatest inventors of the 20th century.
There was a dialogue and a relationship between the Seiberlings and Henry Ford, and that's the way it came. It was a request by Henry Ford to one of the Seiberling brothers that said, I want to race, would you provide tires for me to be able to compete? That's how it started.
Ford's request launched Goodyear's entry into motorsports of every kind.
We won our first Indianapolis 500 in 1919. There was a period of time where we won about everything in sight. We were in Indy cars, Formula One, drag racing, sports cars, dirt racing, stock car racing, everything.
But Goodyear's involvement in racing was more than just a proving ground for existing tires.
Racing absolutely is a huge driver of technology. We contributed a lot to mold shape development and construction development as we were learning how to make our tires more durable.
So durable, in fact, that for setting land speed records throughout the late 50s and early 60s, the tires of choice were Goodyear's.
Tested beyond the speed of sound.
For more than 100 years, Goodyear has been essential to racing around the world. And racing has been just as essential to Goodyear.
Racing success helps Goodyear stand apart from competition in Europe by really giving us a unique point of difference. If you think of endurance racing, often termed the ultimate test of man and machine, it's very true for our products, which have to perform from the very first minute to the very last minute, ready for anything. Seeing Goodyear involved in that setting brings a huge amount of credibility and trust for the brand.
I was asked to give the keynote address at a banquet a number of years ago. In the course of doing some research, I ran across a quote that I closed the speech with. At one and the same time, the automobile race satisfies the human desire for tests of speed and endurance while bringing about a steady improvement in the automobile. It is from lessons learned on the racetrack that manufacturers have been able to improve their production of cars. The engines, the accessory parts, and the tires all have been improved through lessons that the track has taught. End quote. Goodyear Racing Review, November 1919. It was true then, and it's true today.
While that's a fact, it's also true that some of Goodyear's most iconic images have risen above and beyond the excitement of the racetrack. The Wingfoot Express was designed to demonstrate the durability of pneumatic truck tires. The special Packard truck established the first interstate trucking operation and became a popular attraction in the United States. The clock tower was built with the company's first plant in Akron, Ohio, USA, and constructed on every new Goodyear facility for decades to come. But no matter where you live, it's safe to say that everyone is acquainted with one of the world's most famous icons, the Goodyear blimp. Originally designed for military aviation, the Goodyear airship began its life as a unique advertising vehicle in 1925. The first marketing airship, named Pilgrim, represented a milestone in aviation and lighter-than-air technology. Many of its more than 300 successors also achieved flying firsts. The blimp also earned celebrity status with its appearance in movies and on television, has served in times of crisis, and has been a goodwill ambassador for generations. Its aerial coverage of sports and entertainment events continues to set it apart as a beloved brand icon the world over. Brands, icons, racing, all synonymous with Goodyear, and all connected by quality, innovation, and technology. Since the beginning, and for the next 125 years.